What is going on, everybody? A happy Wednesday to you out there. Thanks for joining us here on Northern Life. We've got a special guest. We got Briggs back in the studio. How you doing, Briggs?
Doing really good. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Of course.
Yes.
I'm excited to be here today. It's a perfect Wednesday pick-me-up.
Yeah.
It's like good old times.
Yeah, exactly. What do you think about being down here? Isn't this kind of fun?
Yeah,
a little different?
Back in the day, I remember when we had a brief technical issue in the
Yes.
studio. We were down here for a few shows.
Yep.
But it's fun. I kind of like it. Kind of different vibes. I love the green.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very Northern Life coded. Yeah.
Sadly, our technical issue is not so brief
No.
this time around, so we're
Nope.
still rocking and rolling down here in the Northern News Now studio.
Just waiting.
Yeah.
Yep.
Briggs got done with the noon show. He said, why not celebrate on Northern Life here?
Yeah.
So coming up on today's show, we'll be meeting some Minnesotans who are benefiting from help of some horses, and Rachel Hackbarth trying a product to help your summer grilling. For this week's Does It Work? It is called the Horsepower Giddy Up.
I'm excited for this.
Get ready to giddy up, folks.
Hightail it. Here we go.
Sounds the old Kentucky Derby.
Oh, that's perfect.
Just in time.
As long as we don't just cook horse or something like that. Oh, yeah, let's not do that. Let's stay away from that.
Too far.
Anyway, so later tonight, Briggs is here. She's got going to be delivering here a special report with our evening team here on Northern News Now. Let's take a look.
He approaches retirement from one of Cook County's most prominent positions. One Grand Marais man is using what he's learned to pave a new path.
I don't know what happened in the world, but the amount of hatred and rage is just, it's grown so immensely.
And he hopes that next chapter will strike a chord.
This song goes out to all your first responders out there, actually. Kind of helped me get through some tough times, and I hope I can help somebody else.
We'll introduce you to Cook County's Singing Sheriff tonight at 10 on Northern News Now.
So Briggs, we got a little taste there. What's tonight's report about?
Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. We went up to Grand Marais just a couple of weeks ago and we got to meet with Sheriff Pat Elias, and he's only going to have that title for I think another week. His last day on the job is going to be May 8th, so that's why we headed up there. We were going to do a little feature story about him and all of his decades in law enforcement serving Cook County. So not only that, but he's a musician too.
Yes, he is.
He was talking to me a lot about how he was at one of your recent gigs. I think it was St. Urho's Day maybe in Finland. Yeah, he thought you guys were great. I thought he was great too. We got to go visit him at Moguls in Lutsen, and he had quite the crowd turnout, even though it was super stormy that day. Yeah, it was just downpouring. We were having severe weather, and yeah, people still turned out to see him. So we're combining a little bit of his music career, his law enforcement career, and then we're also going to talk about his next venture, which is coming up. Yeah, he's still kind of keeping his toes in law enforcement a little bit, but he's going to take what he's learned over all those decades and really continue to better his community in a new way. So yeah, it's a really sweet story, and we found some folks just out and about that were happy to talk about his contributions to the county over the years too. A lot of people really respect him and say he's really good at making relationships with the community. So all of that weaved into tonight's special report.
Super
I'm
exciting.
excited about it.
I bet he's got some stories to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you say something that might have surprised you or something like that, or maybe something that you learned about Mr. Eliason?
Yeah. I mean, he talked a lot about how big Cook County is, geographically, and their team of deputies is not that big, for having to cover such a large geographical area. So he talked a lot about what he's seen change over law enforcement over the years, and it was just he's a wealth of knowledge.
I bet the most amount of population is towards the North Shore probably. Then you go inland and there's not a whole lot of resources in there to get in there. So it is probably very unique for somebody that's in law enforcement up that way.
Yeah, rural for sure. And I think, he probably takes a lot of, his love of the outdoors and in nature and exploring and all of that. It probably helps quite a bit, in a job like that, understanding, how people might operate in a more rural area or, what kinds of issues they could find themselves in such a remote area too. So all sorts of things. But it's going to be a fun story. Worked with our photographer, our chief photographer here, Jordan Mathewson, on that one too, and she just did a wonderful job. She's working on editing it today, the final touches. So
good.
Airing tonight at 10 o'clock.
Oh, we're excited for that one. Find it at 10 p.m. here on Northern News Now. But Briggs, while we have you here, we got to talk about the baby boy. We got to talk about Wells. This guy, I mean, he is looking so good. He's got so many cool outfits on. How is little Wells doing?
Oh my gosh, he's so good. He's already 1.5.
Whoa!
I know. He just celebrated his half birthday the other day. I woke up
him out of the house already.
It was like a couple hours into the day, and I was like, oh, it's his half birthday today. I forgot. I know, I felt bad.
Happy half birthday.
Yeah.
Also, it sounds like you guys got to go down to Florida, and he got to be a
Yes.
beach boy.
He was a beach boy. He loved the ocean, loved the water. He just had so much fun. We did Easter down there too, so he did a little egg hunt. Well, actually, many egg hunts. That was a source of entertainment. But yeah, he's doing great. Walking, talking, going to his little daycare school, and yeah, he's learning so much. He's almost like putting little sentences together. Almost. He says,
Sure.
"Hi, Dada." That's about
That's
it.
good. That's good.
Two
Good
words.
start.
Two
Yeah.
words at once.
What's like the coolest thing that you've learned so far? The coolest thing about being a mom so far? I know it's a tough one.
I
1.5
know.
years, it's a long time.
It is. People always say, that you should appreciate every stage, no matter how hard it is, and that's what I'm trying to learn. you know?
Yes.
Because it can be hard, when
Yeah.
like they're throwing a little bit of a little tantrum as he starts to get more and more frustrated that he doesn't have words, yet. So trying to just really embrace, like, he's a really good boy. He really is. I don't want Wells to be seen as being like my mom, talking slander about me.
Right?
Oh.
No, he's a very good boy, but the toddler thing.
Yes.
And so just appreciating every little moment because, down the road and he'll be 7 and I'm like, where did that tiny little baby go?
Yes.
Where I saw kids going to prom this weekend and I was like nearly crying because I was like, well,
gonna be
gonna
Wells
go
someday.
to prom
It's gonna be
maybe
him.
someday.
Yes.
I know.
Oh my
So I was like,
gosh.
I got to appreciate what I have now. And I think, just applying that to all of life, not being in the present, not
Yes.
looking so far.
Yes.
I think a lot of people could take that, that advice of saying, hey, be present every single day, because then fast forward, you're going to go, man, I wish I was present all those years ago.
Seriously.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, hey, we're so excited to have Briggs back here on Northern Life. We got a whole lot more show coming up, because coming up, it sounds like we're going to learn all about horses, and we're going to be talking about the Kentucky Derby coming up here on Northern News Now. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you in a few minutes here on Northern Life.
Welcome back, folks. So we're with Briggs here. I know Ryan's been talking a lot about training for Grandma's Marathon. You both just ran the most that you've ran so far with this training.
Yeah.
18 miles, right? How did that go for you, Briggs?
Man, I haven't heard Ryan's recap of how his miles went.
He doesn't have legs. His legs
Funny
are
enough,
not
I
operational.
heard about Briggs's experience from Mary when they ran into each other at the gym, and it sounds like your knees are hurting because
Yes.
my knees have been killing me. There's like parts of your
man.
body that you didn't know could hurt before, and then all of a sudden you're like, it's hard to get out of bed.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did mine Saturday, and I did it with the Grandma's group that I'm in, and it was a hilly route, very hilly route, and our director Shania was there as well. She can attest to the hills. So if you've been out near like the Lakewood Road, that's where we were, and there was this hill. We were coming to the end. It was like 16 and a half miles. I'm like, I can do this. We're getting so close. My headphones had died.
Oh,
so I was in low morale. Morale was very low. And I turn the corner of this. I see the largest hill I've ever seen in my life. Washburn Road, very, very large hill. I ended up having to walk up of that. My knees
That's
were on
understandable.
fire. Yeah, it was just crazy. But that is the epitome of how this has been going. For
Yeah.
me. Very much a struggle. Just trying to get the runs in. You've been doing a lot better than me, Ryan, at getting out during the week and doing the runs.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard mentally. It's hard.
It
Like
is.
after doing 18, our calendar says like you're supposed to do 6 on Tuesday, 8 on Wednesday, 6 more on Thursday, and I'm like,
got the
I'm
time.
gonna make sure I don't hurt myself.
See,
first,
that's
and then
another
I'm gonna
thing.
focus on the next weekend run.
Yeah. I think that this is a great training plan.
Yeah. Oh, it's
it's
great, yeah.
very good for somebody who is trying to win.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just going for under 6 hours. That's my big goal.
Is Grandma's Marathon the actual route? Is it that hilly?
No.
Or is it not? Hopefully this is a lot easier then once you do Grandma's Marathon?
I hope so.
Okay.
I could think of like maybe 2 small hills. There's a lemon
Yeah.
drop that everyone talks about. And then a sneaky hill is at the very end of the race where you're coming up by the library downtown. There's like that sneaky hill you kind of go down and then you go up on 5th
Yeah.
Avenue West. It's kind of,
And even going downhills now on long runs hurts your knees.
Really? I guess.
I've learned all about runner's knee because I've had it in both knees now. So yeah, it's very fun. That's very fun. Well, hey, Briggs, since Hunter and I the other day we were talking about senior pranks. Hopefully,
yeah.
maybe Wells someday might not get into too much trouble.
That's very
But did you ever do any senior pranks?
No, I don't think we did. I went to East. I don't know if any East grads out there know of any senior pranks. Maybe I was not cool and wasn't involved.
Sure,
but,
just not invited. Yeah. Well, I don't think this was a senior prank, but pretty ill-advised. This next video
Sure.
I'm about to say. I don't want anybody to do it. But down in Florida, a teenager drove a lawnmower inside of a Target down there, the Ocala Police Department said 2 teens have since been arrested for this stunt, driving a riding lawnmower through a Target with folks inside. That's ill-advised.
Was it his that he brought, like drove it into the store? Or was it on sale? I don't think they have lawnmowers at Target.
Probably not.
They were outside and then brought it inside. Yeah.
As long as you leave the blades off. Maybe it's a little bit better if the blades are off, perhaps.
I guess I'm not sure if the blades were off.
Okay.
I would assume they were on.
They were on, probably.
That's a little threatening.
That's not good.
Very
Not
scary.
good.
No
Not
grass
good.
in here. Well, as we head into Mental Health Awareness Month, a group of seniors are discovering a treatment that doesn't happen in a doctor's office.
That's right. John Lordson takes us to a barn to see how it's done.
Out of the rain, inside. There's nowhere to rush and nothing to distract.
The horses, they are center stage here.
At Hold Your Horses in Loretto, senior living residents from Friendship Village of Bloomington are spending time up close, brushing, walking, connecting.
Calm and very, very happy because it's just so nice to be able to touch an animal.
Residents like Carney,
So cute, Carney.
who has Parkinson's.
It's things that I can't do on my own, just brushing the horses, getting to know them a little bit.
For many here, these moments don't come easy. That doesn't mean they have to be complicated.
They're all professional therapy horses, so not every horse is destined to be a therapy horse. It takes a certain temperament to do this work safely.
He is very mouthy.
Being present, being grounded with the horses, letting the past be the past, letting the future be the future, and just being in the moment.
Yeah, he's two-toned. There's a quote, I think maybe Winston Churchill, the outside of a horse is good for the inside of a person. And I think that holds true.
Having owned a horse at the age of 5, Barb Bartholomew says there is a chance to slow down and feel something real.
They're intuitive. They kind of sense how you feel.
And there's something about seeing that light up throughout their whole body.
In Loretto with photojournalist Nick Luneman, John Lordson, WCCO News.
That is so sweet.
Yeah, it really is.
Love that. Warms your heart.
Yep.
Sure does. Well, staying on the theme of horses, the 2026 Run for the Roses is now just days away. The 152nd Kentucky Derby is going to be run on Saturday right here on Northern News Now and NBC. And this week, horses are going to be training on the track daily from 5:15 to 10 in the morning, bright and early. Dang, that's early. You got to get up, horses, get ready for the big race. Pony up.
Hold on to your horses. Get your horses and bring them to the starting line.
Never thought about the training for a horse. Is that similar to grandma's maybe, where you're running 18 miles up a hill or something like that?
Horse sadly doesn't have much of a say.
No.
Horse just keeps going.
Yeah,
Man,
honestly.
I love all the fun names of the horses in the Kentucky Derby. I don't know any of this year off the top of my head.
Yeah,
And the
I'll have to look
outfits.
them up.
Different hats and everything like that. Absolutely cool.
Get some flowers.
Yeah, there we go.
Well, hey, coming up here on Northern Life, Rachel Hackbarth helping us to clean our grill. We'll see you in a bit here. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back. Robots are now making their way into all sorts of new places. And down in the state of Nebraska, a new attraction is drawing crowds to Omaha's new Central Library, where a high-tech book robot is storing up to 600,000 items, pulling books, movies, and more in seconds for the staff there. Library leaders say it saves space, it keeps popular titles on the shelves out for the public, and then lets them hold on to some older items a little bit longer. And they add, it helps libraries keep up as trends come and go.
Sure, okay. It doesn't.
What are your thoughts, Briggs? Let's hear it.
We were saying, I don't know if it's quite as fun to go to a library. What is it, just an empty building and then you just recall book titles off the top of your head and ask the robot to go get? It's so fun. Perusing the aisles is the fun.
But I think the thing that I kind of like about it, you guys ever been to Chuck E. Cheese where they have the ice cream? They have the ice cream vending machine.
Yes.
Where it sucks up the ice cream from the freezer and then brings it to you. That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Is that a new feature there?
No, that was back when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
This is the future. Yeah. Man, that's cool.
So
I like the
just reminds me
future.
of that. Maybe a little nostalgia.
Ice cream and books, I don't know, literacy and...
That's my kind of future right there. That's wonderful. I
all I
love
need.
that. So yes, as long as the library doesn't instead of shushing doesn't shoot lasers or something like that. You know what I mean? That wouldn't be a good thing. I'm just saying it wouldn't be a good thing, right? That wouldn't be a good thing.
No, that would be bad.
No.
I don't think people would have.
Throws books at people. Don't do that, please. Listen, when it comes to when it comes to our warmer weather, barbecuing is fun, but the cleanup, not so much, Briggs.
Yeah, the makers of what's called the Horsepower Giddy Up claim that their spinning grill brush, it doesn't use any bristles. It also lights up. Speaking of the future, lights up, easy to use.
Apparently doesn't spit out lasers. Rachel Heckbarth putting it to the test for this week's Does It Work?
This week's Does It Work? We're turning our director's grandma, Jeannie Maples, into a grill master. She's going to try and help us with the task many people in our newsroom feel is impossible: clean the station grill. She's getting a little help from the $59.99 Horsepower Giddy Up electric grill brush.
Well, it's nice and light. It's not heavy.
Does it look fancy, or what do you think?
Yeah, it's a little fancier than some of those other ones. You know, it's a little pad and stuff.
You won't find any bristles on this spinning rechargeable brush. Will it be strong enough for this?
Does it look like it could use some cleaning?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you hurt our feelings.
Oh, yeah.
To turn on, press power button. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff there.
Really caked on.
Is it getting it off?
Yeah, it is. You can see right in here. You might be able to cook your lunch on this.
If we use this light up feature, we could maybe even cook our dinner here too. Here's our before and after.
What do you think about this?
I like it.
You do?
Yeah.
I know we're not grilling pros, but, you know, do you think that this would be easy enough for us to use?
I think it would be, yes.
Jeannie thinks the Giddy Up works.
I would go out and buy one. It's so easy, and it's light, and you're not getting stuff all over you.
For Does It Work, I'm Rachel Hackbarth.
Sorry, I was talking about
you were saying, Hunter?
I was saying, if you're a neighbor and you're hearing that going on, you're like, are they putting up like a duplex next door? It's kind of loud, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little loud.
Yeah,
and the before and afters, I wasn't super convinced.
No.
They look kind of the same.
I think the other thing, too, is like, why do you need to call it the Giddy Up
Horsepower?
Grill blaster? What was it called?
Yeah, there's nothing horse related. There's no it's not like horse hairs that are going
Man,
on to
I feel
it
like
or something.
a cowboy when I'm grilling this thing.
Right? It's like, what?
Well, somebody give it a try out there. Let us know how it goes for you. Well, coming up, we'll say goodbye and also talk about today's episode over on northernnewsnow.com. We'll see you in a little bit.
Listen, if you want more of us three here, you got it. After our show over here, you're going to want to head over to our website and find us on Northern Life Online. Today, we're all going to be talking about the biggest stories that have emerged from the NFL draft and show you some Minnesota-inspired shoes that look mighty tasty.
Yeah.
Shoes.
Kind of
Tasty
interesting.
shoes.
Yeah.
Shoes.
Take a bite, perhaps.
Interesting.
You can find more fun at northernnewsnow.com under the Northern Life tab. Kind of a fun new thing we've been doing here, Briggs.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'd be a part of it.
Yes.
I've heard good things. So
Amen.
I can't believe I'm allowed with the crew. It's going to be great.
Go over, check it out.
It's going to be crazy.
Check it out. I don't know if I'll have any more Giddy Up conversation, but we'll find something over there. But before we go, be sure to join our team tonight at 10 here on Northern News Now to catch Briggs LaSavage's special report that will be airing. In case you miss it, too, if you're not available at 10 p.m. or you're asleep, you can find it on our website at tonight, too, northernnewsnow.com. And as always, be sure to catch Briggs here and our awesome team on the Northern News Now Noon Show.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me again.
Yes.
It's been so much fun. I love coming back and hanging out with you all. So, yeah. And watch my special report tonight at 10.
Exactly.
Tune in.
Check it out.
Yeah.
That's the goal right there.
It's
So.
also very nice to hear that you're doing well and that
Yes.
Wells is
Yeah.
doing
Oh,
well.
I love
thank
hearing
you,
Wells
guys.
stories.
Yeah,
Keep the
I
photos
appreciate
coming,
it.
please.
I know. I got to get better about posting more. It's fun.
I'm going to get some fashion advice from Wells.
Yeah.
This guy's looking good.
There we go. We love you so much.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Find some time to throw a line or just head outside to unwind. That's the life in the great North Woods. Hike or bike, whatever you like. Get out in the day, enjoy the night. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, we got the life in the great North Woods. Yeah, this is Northern Life.